Hello, I'm Jen.
Hi, I'm Graham, and together we are the Woolly Cod Wanderers. Good morning, and we've got another camper van weekend. Right, well, what we've been on with is our sideboard. So what we've done is we've put this worktop here in our sideboard, and what we've done is, you saw the frame on the last video, so this is our work area there, and what we've got here is the old caravan drawers, and we've put them on their runners. So we've got two drawers there. However, we need to think of a way that we can have them so that once they're shut, they stay shut. When you're driving about, you don't obviously want them falling out. So we've tongue and grooved all the front, and then what we've got here is our opening, which is where we're going to have a door on here. We've got a large bottom cupboard and the top cupboard on there, so it's given us plenty of cupboard space. However, when you follow this along the end, you'll see we've got still this squared off, and this area under here is not finished, and this will be a little angled unit, but at the moment we can't build that till we've got all the cables dropped through, you know, your electrics and my solar panel are going to come in through here. Once we've got them in, we can then look at boxing this off to complete the unit, and we'll have a little door on so we can get in if we need to look at anything with the electrics. So on the top here of the work surface, you notice it's square edge there, so as you come in you can catch it, but that's why we're making the angled base, so that once we've built that, we'll then measure what we need and cut this corner off, so it gives it a nicer finish to the worktop. Right, the other thing is, you all need to have a fixed table to have it changed into a camper van. So we looked at a few different options and what we could do, and based on our layout, and what we came up with is, I think it's called the Laguna I think it is, table. And what that is basically is a mounting bracket, which is here, and with the mounting bracket you get your 4 bolts, and also you get one of these, a backing plate. So what's supposed to happen is you use the angle, your support bracket, through your frame with bolts through into this to give it some strength. However, because of where we needed it in the van, what I've done is I've used an old worktop, bit of the worktop cut off, that I've used to create the depth, and obviously the bolts weren't long enough, and where it's situated it goes through the 2x2s of the frame. So we've just used some big heavy duty screws that have gone through all 4 holes, which go through the backing and into the 2x2, so that this bracket is clear of this frame, because when our seats go on, you didn't want to have a problem trying to load it up. So basically this piece, which is your leg, which just slides onto here, adjustable height, you can see it's well clear of that seating area, which is what I wanted. So if you just lock that off at whatever height you want, then obviously the top goes on, and then that swings round independently. And with the work tops, with some cut off that was left, because I bought it big enough to be able to do this, we've created our tabletop. Obviously it needs to be sanded and finished off properly, but once it's in situ in here, when you want to use the table, you can have it that way, you can swing out that way, swing round. And what we were thinking is, if when we're out somewhere, we can just obviously lower it down, but you can have it there as a coffee table when you're out and about, you know what I mean, not using it as a table. So it's a coffee table during the day, and voila, becomes your dining table on an evening. So that's where we're at with that. So the other thing we needed to do was obviously start on the bathroom. So I'll show you that. Oh, hello again. Right. So when we come through, we'll have the door on here, and when you come through here, it'll be into our bathroom area. So what we're going to have is, on this side, we've got the shower tray, and obviously it's got its drain hole here, which we have to buy the sink plug for, and obviously depending on where we have this situation as to where it's clear underneath, whether it goes here or we have to turn it round and go over there so that we can get it to drain off properly. But what we're looking at doing is when it comes to fitting it, we're looking at either taking that corner off or that corner off, depending on which way round it's going to be. So we can take this right up to the frame so that this lip goes past the worktop, and then we get a nice finished piece of board across there, which there finishes that off, but obviously as far forward as we can. And the reason for that is that we're hoping to create just a little space to have a little mini sink with maybe a hand pump, you know, so when you be in the toilet or anything like that, you can wash your hands. And obviously in the shower tray, normally during the day, you'll have your toilet block, your porta potty in it, which if you want to shower, you just lift out into here and get into the shower. Because on this side of the van, we're going to have at this end, with the door opening out, will be the gas bottle, which will be sealed off. Then from there, we're going to come in and have a bit of storage unit from here, and we're going to take storage all the way to the top. And as you can see on the top, we've now tongue and grooved all the ceiling, and here we've finished the insulation off because it wasn't complete against the back doors. However, because this is still a van and you need to get to things, we were concerned with how we're going to finish it off. So what we've done is we've got battens across here, which we've glued and screwed. But from that point to there, it's flexible because we haven't fixed it against the wall as yet. Because if you see this gap along here, because that gap means I can pull them wires out and get any of the wires that run to the normal van electrics. So what we're thinking is maybe just put a little finish trim on, which is removable, so you can gain access to the electrics if you ever needed to. So that's where we're at the moment. So the next job is obviously to ply both this side and the other side, and we're going to be using I think it's 3.5 or 4.5 thin ply boards that will go on both sides. On this side where it goes on, we're then going to get those plastic washable boards that you have in most shower areas, and that'll go along that wall all the way to the bottom. And then obviously we'll have a shower curtain fixed in some point, so it'll come out and create the shower cubicle with a wet wall you can just wipe down on that side. On this side, obviously the ply board on there, which will be the backing of your boards, and then get all the units built up. So we've got a bit to do, but we're getting a lot closer. But as I say, we're looking at this weekend being like maybe the last on the build. We've got a week's holiday in April, but in April I need to get all the electrics in, or as much as I can, so we can actually use it. Hopefully I'll have it all complete, but fingers crossed for Camp Quirky. That's what we're looking forward to. Bye for now.